So it is Monday after Thanksgiving. Don't even ask me what the date is. I think it's the 27th. And the video that I'm gonna put up, that you're gonna be watching this on, will be my wild weekend to the city and see what a small town country girl does when she goes to the big city. So I want to introduce myself because I've been thinking about it and I thought, you know what? I don't really think I ever introduced myself on any of the videos that I have out. My name is Cassie Gilman. I live in Welch, Oklahoma. It's not hard for people to stalk you and find you, so I might as well tell you the truth. This is reality. This is my home. There is lots of work that needs to be done on it. That is what happens when you own a home. As you can see, this used to belong to my kids, and we scraped this entire house and had a paint day. That was my daughter's birthday present for me. I brought everybody together and we painted this house. We don't know what happened, but the paint's peeling. Now, I don't have any paint on my face because this is what I'm like the majority of the time. I thought about getting up, putting a bunch of makeup on, fixing my hair, and then doing this video, and I thought, why would I introduce something I'm not? Do I get dressed up and look nicer? Absolutely. And I get lots of compliments when I do. But this is who I am on a daily basis. What I'm getting to do right now, what I'm getting ready to do, I'm getting ready to open my garage and I'm gonna start loading cleaning supplies into my Kia Soul. Now, does this look like a farm vehicle? No. Is it what I have to work with? Yes. Do I drive it around my 3 lots like it's a Ranger or a side-by-side Gator? Yep. But I also go and borrow my brother's Ranger and use it a lot to go pick up feed. I brought home 3 roosters, and when I say 3 roosters, I mean 3 gigantic, huge roosters in the dog kennel this weekend from the city. I stopped on the way home and brought birds home. I brought them home, put my dog in the front, put them in there, and it was cold, so I couldn't roll down the windows. I thought I was going to hurl. And when I got them to unload them at my kids' farm where they needed to go, because I do live in a small town and I have a backyard farm, and I already have roosters. I have 2, and they're not terribly loud, but these 3 roosters, 5 roosters, my neighbors would probably not like me too much. So I took them to the farm. When we got them out, I was gagging. I never did lose my lunch and breakfast, but it was a lot of poop, chicken poop, for a 45-minute drive. But you know what? I make do with what I have. I pick up feed in this. I've hauled sheep. Not sheep. That is a goal. I've hauled goats in my little Kia Soul. I've hauled chickens. I've hauled dogs. I make do with what I have because I have dreams of having more. Now, let me tell you about my history. I know this is going to be a longer YouTube probably because of me introducing myself. Let me tell you about my history. I did grow up in this area. Was born in Miami, Oklahoma, in the hospital there. Lived a lot of my time in Welch, some of my time in Blue Jacket, some of my time in Veneta, a lot of my time in Blue Jacket as a kid. I did grow up not on a huge farm. I did grow up in the country. I had show animals. I was in 4-H. I did livestock judging. I did horticulture stuff. I did, anything I could do in that area. I showed sheep. I showed pigs, I showed cattle. So I'm not new to a country way of living around animals or a farm. My grandparents had a huge cattle farm. I guess I shouldn't say huge. There's lots of bigger places around here. I don't remember my parents having a garden only because my grandparents had the largest garden I have ever seen. Now, my memory doesn't always serve me well. Maybe my parents did have gardens, but we did a lot at my grandparents'. We helped in the garden. We picked up pecans as children because they had pecan trees. So I am not new to this life. However, I have lived in the city. I lived in Tulsa for a while. I lived in Sapulpa, and I loved that for the time being. Now, I just couldn't do it. I love going visiting. But do you know what? Even though it appeared to the outside world that I had gone to the city and maybe I didn't really like the country life or the way of life, in my true heart, do you know where I spent a lot of my time? Cavender's, Drysdale's, Atwood's, feed stores, because I needed to connect with what was truly in my heart. Now, I tried to live a different life and tried to, go on and do things and not be in that world. I ended up living on, sorry, I had a pop up. I ended up living on a ranch for a while, and I loved it. I've lived on 2 different ranches, actually. A horse ranch both of them horse ranches, to be honest. So I've never gotten away from who I truly am. In 2019, I was living in a duplex here in Welch, and my daughter gave me a chicken coop and some chickens, and I started there. And then I bought this home that has 3 very large lots that you will see as progression goes on, and I figure out how to do things and learn from other creators and other people that are in this world. I will hopefully grow this, and then one day I'll be able to sell this and purchase an actual amount of acreage that I can live on and grow a farm. I am single. I do not have a man helping me do this. I don't have a lot of help right now because everybody's busy. So I'm going to be doing it slow, and it won't always be easy. I will have to figure out how to learn how to have skills that I can grow this backyard farm into something bigger. I will have to depend on other people. That's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to ask for help. My brother came and we put a garden here this year. We're going to have a bigger garden this year. I have to holler at my brother sometimes. Sometimes because I have fibromyalgia and I have back issues. Sometimes I have to have people carry my feed in when it's a bad day. Sometimes I carry my feed into the garage and I leave it set, and I get out of the bag instead of taking it all the way to the back porch to put in the containers because I'm physically not able to sometimes. I'm kind of rambling and I'm talking fast. Try not to make the whole entire YouTube video ridiculously long. So, one of the things I've realized is I have got to start eating healthier, and I've got to start working out, or I will not be able to pursue my true dreams of having farm animals. Now, one thing, I've always thought I just wanted a big cattle ranch with cattle and horses, but I love so many different animals that just a cattle ranch with cattle and horses would never work for me. I love pigs, I love sheep, I love them all. Now I really want an alpaca or a llama and a miniature donkey. I mean, I can't put all that here. So to restrict myself to be a rancher, a cattle rancher, and just have that would probably never completely fulfill me. I'd be more apt to probably be a farmer who has different animals. But I love the rodeo and the Western world. I mean, love it, love it, love it. I love both worlds. So you're going to see a little of everything with me. I do some traveling. I'm wanting to bring other farm and homesteads and bring them into this and promote them. I am a promoter of all people with good morals and businesses and dreams and farms and whatever it is. So you will see me travel to markets. You will see me travel to other farms throughout the time. I go camping. I'm an outdoor person. You're going to see me in elements. I'll be taking my chicken farm eggs with me, and anything I can produce in the garden with, my family. We will take that. We will cook at the campgrounds. You're going to see a little bit of mixture of things, but that is who I am. That is what this channel is, and maybe one day I'll break off and I'll have a channel just specifically for camping. I also have Kicking It Java Style with Cassie. That is a coffee more themed thing, and I do different stuff on it, and one day I will focus back on it and I will grow and bring that up. But this is my main focus right now. I really want to get this going strong. I want to learn from people. I want people to see that you can start with a couple of chickens or rabbits or whatever it is, and you can start small, and you don't have to keep waiting until you have 20, 40, 50, 60, 100 acres to have your dreams. So that is who I am, and I wanted to introduce myself. Now, the rest of this video will be some clips of places I went in Oklahoma City, different things I did, what happened when I came home, helping process a deer. My children, they have 20 acres. They're doing the same thing. They're learning, they're starting, they have chickens, they have different things. They got their first deer this weekend, and they processed it themselves. And guess how they did that? They did it by watching YouTube creators teaching how to do it. This is very important that we communicate, that we share our wisdom, that we share our journeys from the very beginning and be real and be true. Because without that YouTube, they wouldn't have got it done. Their help wasn't able to come. I ended up going and helping cut up the meat, clean the meat off and get that ready. And my daughter said, do you like doing this? I do. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I'm kind of glad I wasn't there for the initial part of the deer processing because it would have been I don't know. I'm not, let me start here with the meat. Next time, maybe I'll be there for the whole thing. But it's important that we live off the land. That's how God created us. He did not create us to eat chemicals and fake foods. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. I will have to be editing this evening, and there's lots of videos that I have to put into this and make one YouTube video, but I will probably actually save this one in itself as well, just to put on so you know, and then I'll connect the main video. But this video will probably be on its own little video as well, just so people can be introduced. I don't know if you can pin, I'm still learning YouTube, maybe I'll pin it to the top, whatever. This will be on there. It'll also be on my website at crossgbackyardfarms.com, and then I'll incorporate this into the video that I've been making all weekend. You guys, thank you for subscribing. If you're new, thank you. If you've been on for a couple of weeks with me, thank you. I know that I don't have many yet, but I'm believing for as many people as God sends my way for me to communicate with and influence and be influenced by. God bless. Take care.